Hi, PB families, and welcome to fifth grade open house. Today, you're going to meet all of your child's fifth grade teachers and hear about some helpful things that will allow you and your child to navigate successfully through virtual learning. I'm going to go first. My name is Mrs. Allison Bajolski, and I'm going to talk to you about the materials that your child should have had given to them in their bags when you picked them up earlier this year. For reading and writing, I'm first going to show you our Unit 1 Personal Narratives activity book. Your student should have been given this. We use this every day, and lots of your students' work is documented in there. Your student was also given pencils, expo markers, and whiteboards that we often use throughout reading and writing. So they will need to have those with them as well. Please make sure that these materials are close to the computer with them during their learning so that they can access them quickly when we need them so we don't lose class time. For math, your child was given our math instruction book. We use this every day. Your student does their work directly in here as we're working through class. The second math book that they were given was the practice and problem solving book. A lot of their asynchronous activities will be done in here along with any other homework or extra practice that we feel that they need to do during the week. Again, just like with reading, they were given the whiteboard. We do a lot of fluency and work on the whiteboards. They were given expo markers. The biggest thing with the expo markers is that we make sure that they are using these for class time only. Another important material that your student was given in their bag is this place value chart that is in a page protector. We put them in page protectors because they can use them as whiteboards, and we use them over and over and over again. The last important material I'm going to talk about is headphones. Headphones are very important for your child because they cut out on the background noise that may be going on in the home while they are in virtual learning. And they also help us hear them better. For some reason, sometimes the Zooms cut in and out, but when your child is talking, but when they have these headphones in, it helps us to hear them better. Again, if you're missing any of these materials or you run out of something, please contact your teacher and we will make sure we get them to you. Okay, we are going to move to Mrs. Baldy now, and she is going to talk to you about virtual learning expectations.
Thank you, Mrs. Bajolski. I'm Mrs. Danielle Baldy, and I also teach a fifth grade classroom. I'm going to discuss the expectations that we all have in our virtual learning classrooms. We still follow the be safe, be respectful, be responsible expectations of our Pfeiffer-Burleigh school within our virtual classroom. There are things that we expect every day in our classroom. We expect everyone to show up in time for class and maybe even a few minutes early and wait in the waiting room until we let everyone in. We expect everyone to be respectful at all time when they're on their video and to keep their video on. No inappropriate language or gestures, and make sure that you are dressed appropriately in front of the camera. To stay on mute, click and raise the hand button if you have a question or something to share. Stay on task and focus so you don't miss anything that the speaker says. It's very important that you have an area that is quiet, and Mr. Mann's going to discuss that in just a few minutes. This is very different for all of us, and we appreciate everything that the kids do during the learning, but we want to make sure that when you are in the virtual classroom that you are definitely focused on everything that we're discussing, because you will miss something that we are presenting, and it's very important not to have anything in front of the camera, toys, blankets, anything like that, and make sure that you are dressed appropriately for the camera. Now, Mr. Mann is going to discuss finding a quiet place and having no distractions. Thank you. Mr. Mann?
Hi, so I'm Mr. Mann, and I'm the fifth grade special education teacher, and I'm going to talk about the importance of working in a quiet environment or space. This is probably the most important thing. So when I'm talking about a comfortable learning environment. That doesn't mean comfortable as in laying in your bed and with a pillow underneath your head. No, comfortable as in so you can focus, sit up, and you're ready to learn. All right. So every morning you should be ready to go in your comfortable learning environment so you can learn better. Okay. Now, I know that some of you have a lot of siblings and you will go to your kitchen table and you all set up your computers next to each other. When you do this, there's quite a bit of distractions around you, and when there's too many electronic devices together, we can't really hear you well. There's a lot of static going on, and like Mrs. Bajowski said about the headphones, if you all have your headphones in, you'll be able to reduce the noise around you so that you can hear better. But as soon as you unmute yourself and you're speaking into the computer, if there's still noise going on around you, whether it's a TV, a radio playing in the background, we can hear all of that. So you're gonna make sure that you're in a quiet space. All right. A lot of times you might be asked to work with a teacher one-on-one or to read with a teacher. And when you do this, we need to make sure we can hear you clearly. So when you're around too many devices or you have all this background noise, it makes it difficult for us to hear you. And it makes it harder for you to even participate in regular classroom activities. So if you don't want to have to ask your questions through the chat, you need to make sure that you're in an area where there's not a lot of noise around you, there's not a lot of distractions around you, so that when you want to ask a question, you can just speak into your computer and we can hear you clearly. So that's pretty much about it for quiet space. Just make sure you're ready to go every single morning in a comfortable learning environment so that you're able to learn, we're able to hear you, and we get things done. So now Mrs. Smirker is going to talk to you.
Thank you, Mr. Mann. Good morning, Pfeiffer-Burleigh students and families, or afternoon. I am Ms. Smirker. I hope that you all are finding your school year off to a great start. Today, I'm going to talk to you about assignment completion and missing work. So students will be completing a majority of their assignments during live class times with their teachers. And during that time, teachers will direct students to these assignments and go over the expectations for the assignments as well. Additionally, students have asynchronous activities to complete. So these are activities that students will complete independently without teacher supervision. This is done from 12:30 to 1 each day. These activities students are held accountable for just as they are for assignments in class, and all assignments are checked and graded by the teacher in Schoology and then are recorded in Infinite Campus. Parents and students can monitor upcoming assignments in Schoology by checking the calendar or the upcoming events list on the right side of each course homepage. You can also check students' complete assignments by viewing each course grade book. This is found on the left side of each course page. If you have any questions about student work and assignments, you can contact your child's teacher during office hours, through email, or by calling the school. Next, I'm going to pass it on to Mrs. Purvis.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Purvis. I'm part of the 5th grade team. I'm going to talk a little bit about the bag. Ms. Bajolski spoke to you of the items that you were given. All of those items were given to you in a bag, and we recommend that you keep them in a designated area so you can have access to them every day. You will need them every day. And that includes, we just want to remind you, if you have to go to Ann's house or Grammy's house, that you take your bag with you. We can always make accommodations, but it's always easier. We are using those daily. I'm going to pass the conversation over to Mr. Chapa now.
It's for Ms. Henry.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Mrs. Nicole Henry. This year I'm teaching 5th grade EL. I am going to go over our daily schedule with you. From 8 to 8:45 is a daily special. From 8:45 to 9 is attendance and a welcome circle. From 9 to 11:50, we complete our core classes of ELA and math. At 11:50 is lunch. That lasts until 12:30. From 12:30 to 1, this is an off time where there is no teacher, but assignments need to be done. It is very important. The students also need to make sure that they're getting back on the Zoom classroom link at 1 p.m., not at 1:05, at 1 p.m. After 1 p.m., students are going to be marked tardy. From 1 to 1:30 is a skill practice. From 1:30 to 2 is science. From 2 to 2:15 is our afternoon closing. At 2:15, students can stay on to ask questions about ELA, math, or assignments from the day with the teacher until 2:30. Now it is Mr. Chiapa's turn.
Hello to everybody. I am Mr. Chapa from room 114. I'll be talking about attendance. Well, this school year may be different. Attending school, whether it be virtual or in person, is as important as always. We understand that children will get sick or have appointments and need to miss a day here or there. But otherwise, we need them every day here at PB. Also, when your child is absent, please make sure you get an excuse to the school office, or you can take a picture and send it through email to our secretary, Ms. Mel. So your absentee isn't marked illegal. Erie's public school attendance code and truancy policy will be upheld this year as well while we're in virtual learning. When we are doing virtual learning, please make sure your child logs on both the morning and afternoon. We had some people not come back in the afternoon, and as Ms. Henry said, you will be marked absent starting at that point, and all those minutes will be added to your missing the school day, and you can have become illegal absence. If you're in need of support or help from us, please contact us. We want the best for our kids. Remember, everybody's got to be on by 9 o'clock, or else we start marking you absent and your minutes start adding up. If you happen to be absent more than 3 days without an excuse, you will be sent a letter saying that you have 3 illegal absences. If it goes all the way up to 10 days, you will be sent a letter that to show up for court. And at court, your parents can be fined. And if they can't pay, other recourse will happen through the judge. Again, let's make it a great year. I want to leave us with a quote, what Muhammad Ali said once: "Don't count the days, make the days count." Go team.
Thank you, Mr. Chiapa. That was a great way to end it. We once again want to thank you as a 5th grade team. We are absolutely excited for this year. For however long this virtual learning continues, we can't wait to have your kids back in school. Thank you very much and have a great year. Take care.